Hello, Slothrin and adult fans of LEGO. It is time for another episode of Sloth City. And today in Sloth City, besides all the other things I'm going to be talking about, I will just make one mention now at the beginning of the video. There is serious wind going on here in real life, and it is blowing up a gale outside the windows of the Lego room. So if you hear background noise, that is probably what it is, but that is not important. Moving on, what has been going on in Sloth City? Well, if you are a regular follower, then you know that there has been a dearth of funds to spend on Sloth City for a good while now. Really, since I moved Sloth Senior in, there has been a dearth of money, and certainly since there was the medical emergency with the dog, there has been absolutely zero money to be spent in Sloth City. But what does that mean? That means that we have to get creative. We have to get resourceful for our adventures. So, one thing that I've been doing, if you follow my account on Instagram, I and my crew have been going out and about and seeing things and doing things here with little baby YOLO and Throg here. We have been having many fine adventures that don't cost any money. And additionally, there has been a new vehicle added to Sloth City. This fine new car currently being driven by Shang-Chi, and there's really no reason to use his full name, and since he is Asian, I am assuming that he goes by the Asian way of using the family name first and the given name second. So let's just go ahead and be friendly and call him Chi. So Chi is here driving this fine new vehicle with his current date, Floyd. I don't know if Chi and Floyd are an item, but they are at least good friends. And it looks like Chi has not waited until he was part of a relationship to decide that he should adopt one of the dogs of the Sloth City Animal Rescue Center. So there is a fine pet dog now with a fine family of his own, a fine new parent, and they can go driving around Sloth City the way we all would love to drive around Sloth City in this fine vehicle, which has all the necessities for a vehicle in Sloth City. It has a windshield and a steering wheel, and it has headlights, and it has tail lights, and it even has rear indicator lights if they are going to be turning. So I think that that is a fine number of safety features on any vehicle in Sloth City where there aren't actually any road laws anyway. It's just that everybody wants to be as safe as possible because, of course, everybody also drives like maniacs, and there are lots of earthquakes. So it's good to have, all the safety features that you can have. So there is that fine vehicle that Chi is driving, and Chi has his fine new dog and his fine new friend Floyd. What else is going on in Sloth City? Well, I told you that I've had to get resourceful, And when I get resourceful, things start getting crazy in Sloth City. So let's back up and take a good look at what Sloth City is looking like at the moment. And here we are. As you can see, I have once again tried to reintroduce the heights. Only this time we have a real bona fide table with legs and everything. And aside from that, everything is quite chaotic. Of course, all of our roads are broken up. There is considerable chaos. But as you can see, these citizens of Sloth City are taking it in stride. They're hanging out, waiting to see what's going to happen, just kind of going about their lives in spite of things. But see, we're going to have this, under the heights section that once I get things rearranged, I plan to have as perhaps a more industrial section of Sloth City. And mostly what I wanted to be able to do is have the opportunity to show all of my favorite builds to greatest effect. I wanted to be able to see as many of them as possible. And so this is going to give me a chance to rearrange again. I love rearranging. I can never decide which of my builds I think is the best. So I like to put them in new configurations so everybody can have a chance to see the different builds from different angles. So at the moment, of course, we are looking at the hospital over here on the right and the fire station with our beautiful ladder truck, the Blaze Blaster, I believe it is called. And then we have our independent bookstore with the small head shop contained within. And of course our television station. And here we have the wonderful Trolls airship. And around here at the moment we happen to have the lesbian grocery store, the animal rescue center, and in the back there you can just see the arts commune and part of the park. So there is all of that going on. There are all of the other things going on, although as I said, things are quite chaotic at the moment. And there is just no way of telling just how things are going to end up when everything is said and done. But I'm hoping that with this new arrangement, I can have Sloth City consolidated to best advantage. And then we'll be able to see all of the wonderful builds. And we'll get everybody straightened out again. And it won't be so higgledy-piggledy. And won't that be nice? But that is what is going on in Sloth City at the moment. Oh, also up here on the underside of the heights, I am planning to install a string of, I guess mostly people call them Christmas lights, the little white light, the teeny ones, so we can have some additional light in this section, because although I do have a rather extensive collection of lights to try to bring task lighting to the various scenes, it'll be easier if I've got something under there. So just as soon as I can, I am going to be hitting one of the local stores in town and picking up a string of lights and plugging them in. But that is what is going on. There is the gorgeous Marine Research Center that we can have close-ups of at the moment because it's right here handy, and we can look through and see all the beautiful blue Gosh, I love that blue. But there we have it. That is what is going on in Sloth City. And even if we don't have more new buildings, we will have the old buildings that we will get to see again. And we will have new adventures with all of our wonderful citizens, including my little crew here. In case I didn't mention, we're wearing scarves because we've been going outside. I also have my gloves on because I have arthritis in my hands and they've been paining me a lot. So I decided that the best thing to do was to go ahead and keep them covered and keep them from getting chilled, because that makes it worse. So I think that I have explained everything there is to explain. Say goodbye to wonderful Chi and his wonderful date Floyd and his wonderful dog and their wonderful vehicle. And until the next awesome episode of Sloth City, I hope that you, my dear Slothrin and adult fans of Lego, have a most splendid and sloth-tastic day.